Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about the next playlist that's coming out, Red Bull Wild Ride. We don't know anything but minor details, however I did take this screenshot which explains a little bit. Red Bull Wild Ride, embrace the chaos on May the 7th as you navigate all terrain in challenges spanning the entirety of Maui. Choose the craziest Red Bull vehicles and perform extreme actions. The Red Bull playground won't be enough for this playlist. This time, the whole of Maui is your playground. Red Bull drivers that are specialists in their discipline have set records ahead of you. Beat their records to become the ultimate Red Bull Daredevil. Before each event, cinematics will showcase the Red Bull athletes' performances and tease the actions you will have to complete in the upcoming playlist. That is everything we have received from the crew so far, so I'm going to do a little deep dive and see what we're likely to expect with this playlist. What type of vehicles, what races. Let's get into it, let's get straight into it, and let's talk about Robbie Madison's surf bike again. Then Robbie said,
but I'm excited that you get to do it in the game now. You know, the users are going to be able to ride their bikes in Maui and catch waves and feel some of the excitement I felt. So I'm really stoked with MotorFest and the crew. It's awesome that it's gone this way.
Please say that again.
Excited that you get to do it in the game now.
And again.
Excited that you get to do it in the game now.
Just once more.
Excited that you get to do it in the game now.
Okay, when I heard Robbie say that, the first thought was, how would we be able to use it in the game? And then it became very, very clear. When I was on the map, I saw a little ghost racing across the water, and I zoomed in and saw this. When I first saw it, it blew my mind because when we get ghosts in the game, they are replays. They are replays of events that we have in the game. So they are always racing around the whole map, and that means that there's an event for this. So we can definitely confirm that there's going to be an event for this water bike, surf bike, whatever it is. Not just that, but Season 6 brought several different race posts that are vacant at the moment. They have no events assigned to them at all. However, when I was sat at one of these posts while trying to get myself a coffee, I saw this water bike come up and interact with it. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage for that. I sat there for another few hours and it didn't happen again, which is annoying. My honest thought is the fact we're going to use this bike on land and sea. We're going to be able to go from land onto the sea as like a shock moment, like, whoa, look at this, we're on water. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a timed run, so we have to beat the allotted time, the target time, and see if we can beat Robbie Madison himself. I reckon we'll get cinematic cutscenes before the actual race of Robbie Madison using this surf bike. I think they'll go the whole hog, they'll go the full distance, and we'll get to see the spin in action before we get to race. I did track this surf bike ghost for a couple seconds and it did start off on land, so I definitely think we're going to get a land and sea type of race with this one. Right, that's everything about the surf bike. Let's get on to the Alpha Jets. So the Alpha Jets have been fully confirmed that they are coming to MotorFest. And when it comes to these jets, we don't know how fast they're going to be and what type of events we're going to get. However, I genuinely think that this will be where the jet is introduced. I reckon it's going to be introduced in Wild Ride. Like the surfing bike, we can go into custom modes and Jets is showing. we have the jet menu already, so it would surprise me if we don't get the jets in Season 6 at all. So my only thought is it will be in Wild Ride. We'll be flying around Maui and we'll be doing timed runs. I think they will get another Red Bull member from the Flying Bulls team, and they will do a timed run with loads of cinematics, some amazing aerobatics. We will have a great time. I think that the Alpha Jets themselves are going to be a great addition to the game. Though I think we're going to do a timed run where we have to beat the Red Bull athlete, I would love so much for this. This was introduced in the last playlist where we went against the RB20 Red Bull F1 car. If we could do that in the Alpha Jet as well, even if they have to take us back to this track, or even if we have to do a race in Maui against the RB20, I would be happy. I would die happy. I would be so glad, because this was the highlight of the last playlist. It was grand. So if we can get the Alpha Jets against the Red Bull, that would be epic. Plus, the fact we're getting the Alpha Jets because the Flying Bulls have a few and also fly them, it would be epic if we could have a beat the time go against the Red Bull Flying Bull athlete and have this comparison where we can go against the RB20 or even something incredibly fast. But the RB20 would be awesome. Even if, like I said, even if we have to go around Maui, all around the perimeter, it would be perfect. Please, the crew, I know you're listening. Please bring this into the game because it's great fun. Again, this was the highlight of the last playlist. Okay, so that covers the Alpha Jet and the surf bike from Robbie Madison. What about the rest? Usually when it comes to playlists, we get about 7 different races. That's only 2 or 3 playlist races that we actually have. So what else? What could be included? So I looked at the POS again for Season 6, and I noticed a couple things. Obvious ones, but this is my theory. That Ford F-150 monster truck, I definitely think this is where it's going to be introduced, and I genuinely think this will be the prize as well for winning this playlist. I think this monster truck is going to be featured in the playlist, and I think that we will have to beat the time. And we've seen a few little videos of this in action. It looks like the monster truck going against several rally raid vehicles on the beach. It looks awesome. Going into it more, I genuinely think that the monster truck, we're going to be racing it along the coast against rally raid vehicles. I think this will be a really cool race. Monster trucks, they handle like arse, so it would be a very challenging race, and against the water, it would be interesting. I think this could be an epic race for this playlist. I genuinely think this is where we're going to see it. Looking at this picture again, I can see the 2016 Proto WR1, but it's in a Red Bull styled livery. I think this is interesting. It's almost like they have made this the Red Bull vehicle. It's very interesting actually, but I think it looks cool in these colours, and I think that it's going to have its own event too. I think this could also have a water based race in this playlist. It would make more sense. Like, why would they include it in these pictures? Why would they bring this livery if it wasn't going to feature in a race or a playlist? It would make no sense unless they needed a few more vehicles to pad out this season. I doubt it. I genuinely think this is going to be in a race in this next season. Could be wrong, but that's my guess. Looking at this video again, you can see the Audi S1 EKS RX Quattro, which looks the nuts. And I would imagine, why would they show this in the promo video without it actually entering? And then we also have an F1 car on dirt drifting around, which is incredible. I genuinely think these are little sneak previews as well, so we could probably expect the F1 car, it's probably going to be the RB18 or RB20 on dirt, which sounds like a nightmare. Sounds like a complete nightmare. Handling any of those vehicles near dirt or grass, you spin. It would be the biggest pain in the arse in the world. So, these are my thoughts with this playlist. There's going to be 7 races, so what are going to occupy them? What do you think? What vehicles are going to occupy this playlist? What do you want to see? Do you want to see more planes, more boats, more vehicles, more off-road, more monster trucks? What do you want to see? I would love to hear it in the comments, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you could follow this. It's a lot of information at once, but thank you for watching. It always means the world. Have a lovely day. Goodbye, toodaloo. You guys are completely awesome. Cheers, bye.